Tonight on The Edge, it's way more serious than just clowning around. A Westland man is now facing federal charges for several armed robbery attempts while wearing a creepy clown mask.
The masked man targeted several businesses, including a sex shop.
The description was a male wearing a clown mask. Running southbound.
This clown went on quite the little spooky spree, terrorizing store clerks at gunpoint.
This is one of the most severe crimes that you commit.
He started at Intimate Ideas in Westland. They might sell toys, but this clown was not playing. He shoved the gun in the 21-year-old woman's face, said he wouldn't hurt her if she handed over the cash. He made more than $400, slid in and out. He worked up an appetite after that Intimate Idea, bum rushing the McDonald's down Ford Road.
The employees working there fled out the back of the store, and he chased them outside and then individually robbed them as well.
We'll pause this spree to talk about the gun police say 33-year-old Brendan Bonner was using. 3D printed, but works just like the real thing.
And we believe he bought the weapon online, bought the parts, assembled it himself, and put it together himself. It's commonly referred to as a ghost gun because there is no serial number.
Untraceable too, and veteran guys like Detective Lieutenant Michael Hull says they're seeing more and more of them.
It's obviously worrisome because we don't know where those weapons come from and just the magnitude that they can come out.
Back to Sunday morning, Garden City police officers responded to that McDonald's. Then
we received another 911 call indicating that there was an armed robbery at the Shell gas station.
Bonner allegedly told the clerk 30 seconds or I'll start shooting. Payday over at the Shell, getting $1,000, but not for long. The clown mask made it easy for cops to move in on Bonner with all the evidence to send this case to the feds.
Firearm, a mask, and the money.
Bonner allegedly told whoever he lives with in Westland that he was going out to rob before he left and even washed some of the money for fingerprints.
Definitely somebody want to get off the street.
Maybe wondering why he wasn't charged locally. The reason he was federally charged is because Westland police have an officer embedded on the task force with federal ties, and typically those federal charges a little more serious.
And that all of these 3D printing guns.
So scary.
It really is. It seems almost anybody can get their hands on them these days.
That's it. Access to the internet.
All right. Well, meanwhile, another story of an armed robbers and Halloween mess tonight. The FBI could use your help catching a couple of bandits. We told you about the story in August when these guys broke into Miriam Jewelers in Dearborn. Now the FBI is tailing them and believe they're part of a bigger crew connected to a crime spree across the Midwest, robbing 2 stores around Chicago and 1 in St. Louis.
It seems to be their MO that they're wearing, I would say, a Halloween-style mask, and they do enter into the stores with weapons drawn and take full control, take over the business.
Police say the guys who stole nearly $250 worth of gold from the Dearborn store were last seen in a beat-up black Mazda. If you know anything, you can get a big payday out of it. The FBI is offering a $15,000 reward for any information leading to an arrest.
With days until the election, Democratic presidential nominee Tim Walz lands in Metro Detroit Airport tonight ahead of 3 Michigan campaign stops tomorrow. He was greeted by Wayne County Executive Warren Evans, Congresswoman Debbie Dingell, and Congressman Sri Tanadar. The Minnesota governor will be out promoting the Harris-Walz ticket tomorrow in Metro Detroit, Flint, and Traverse City.
Both former President Donald Trump and his running mate J.D. Vance will campaign in Michigan tomorrow as well. Trump will speak at Macomb Community College in Warren at 4:30. Sources also tell Fox 2 he plans to make a stop in Dearborn. Meantime, Vance will campaign in Portage on the western side of the state.
Well, have you heard of pink slime? The term is used to refer to publications that appear to be legit works of journalism but are actually politically backed propaganda.
And now people across Michigan have received the Michigan Catholic Tribune newspaper in their mailboxes this month. And as Fox 2's Dave Kinchin reports, it preaches politics, but there is no actual connection to the Catholic Church.
This was as extreme as it gets.
A Beverly Hills woman who doesn't want her name out there is blowing the whistle on a newspaper she got in the mail appearing to be from the Catholic Church. But local church officials say it's a fake, riddled with political statements just in time for a pivotal presidential election.
I was very offended by this paper. It's political propaganda.
She walked us through page after page of content in the Michigan Catholic Tribune, which looks like a traditional newspaper at first glance, complete with a Gothic typeface and conventional layout.
The worst was mutilation surgeries occur in Michigan, and they have a whole list.
It comes with articles that elevate former President Donald Trump over Vice President Kamala Harris. It's been spotted in multiple mailboxes across Metro Detroit and as far away as Grand Rapids.
My partner, who doesn't go to church, brought it to me and said, you know what, this is why I won't go to church. I was taught to express love, acceptance, and help others that are struggling. And this paper does not reflect that one bit.
Catholic Church officials say the Tribune is connected to a right-wing media network with similar versions distributed in battleground states like Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Arizona, and Nevada, according to independent news outlet ProPublica. The Archdiocese of Detroit released a statement on the matter saying, in part, this publication is not endorsed by nor is it affiliated with the Archdiocese of Detroit. To our knowledge, it does not have the proper authorization required by canon church law to call itself Catholic, adding that the Archdiocese takes the opportunity to reaffirm its commitment to engaging in appropriate political and electoral activity for Catholic organizations as directed by the Michigan Catholic Conference, MCC, and the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops.
There are other issues to consider about the dignity of human life. People have to consider helping poor, helping immigration, the rhetoric that's out there against many different groups.
We did email a website that appeared to be connected to the Tribune, to this paper, to find out A, what their exact intentions are, and B, what their reaction is to what the Archdiocese is saying. We haven't heard back just yet. Also, the Archdiocese says it has not shared any contact information like addresses or things like that with this publication. In Detroit, Dave Kinchin on The Edge.
In just 5 days, voters will head to the polls across Metro Detroit.
And right now, election officials are working with police to make sure poll workers remain safe. Now, 4 years ago, people began pounding on the windows inside the then TCF Center, now Huntington Place. This year, election workers will be in Hall A instead of Hall E, giving poll workers more room to work. The only people allowed in will be poll workers, the media, election challengers, and public observers. Police will also be strategically placed throughout the building.
The transparency that existed in 2020 is the same transparency that we execute and exercise for this particular election. The Detroit Police Department has an officer on the roof to make sure that every one of these individuals that are working here today can safely get into their vehicles and go home.
And ballot boxes are being protected too. They'll be equipped with a device that prevents fires from starting inside.
Yeah, for the last 4, 5, 6 years, me and him been doing all this.
Looks like fun. There's nothing like spending time with family, setting up skeletons and other spooky sights. We bet trick-or-treaters had a blast grabbing candy from this Warren house tonight with all the different Halloween horrors on full display. Some saw a little rain tonight, but overall, a really nice night for trick-or-treaters.
Yeah, you know, I was feeling for those guys. They're going to have to take that all down now. That's the tough part,
the
you know? But, yeah, our unseasonable temperatures moving out, the colder air moving in, Rich, and this is more realistic.
Yes, we're going to get back to a fall-like pattern starting tomorrow. Today was unseasonably warm, breezy, blustery at times, and yes, there were a couple of showers with our latest cold front. Notice wet flakes flying up in the higher elevations of the UP. That's not in our forecast. Cold front is working through right now, and you're going to notice tomorrow it's going to feel a bit cooler. These are live pictures from Chicago O'Hare. It's a great looking picture there with some of the lower clouds and a breeze out there as well. Look at the daytime high, 76 for us, one of the warmest Halloweens we've ever had. 68 as far north as Traverse City. Again, these are daytime highs, 72 down in Benton Harbor, 72 in Milwaukee, 76 and 61, your official high and low. Look at the averages. This is where we should be, and we are going to get back to more average temperatures over the weekend. Records 79 today, 21. Whew. How about that for a Halloween? 21 degrees, 1988. Right now, 55 in Howe, 61 Monroe, 65 Mount Clemens. Still mild up in Lapeer, 63 degrees. It's been blustery all day today, and there are still some wind gusts up near 40 miles per hour. These will slowly diminish overnight, but look at the colder air on the other side of Lake Michigan. 46 Chicago, 34 in Marquette. They have a few flakes flying there. 36 in Minneapolis. They also had some wet snow in the Twin Cities, but still 74 down in Pittsburgh. Watch that cold front. There it is, and there it goes. Tomorrow, high pressure builds in right overhead, and that's why we're going to see quite a bit of sunshine for Friday and for Saturday. It's just going to be cooler, down about 20 degrees for your Friday. For the rest of tonight, breezy, turning cooler overnight, down to 45 on average. Tomorrow, sun and clouds, 54 for a high. That wind will add a further chill to the air. Now, Saturday's dry. Of course, we have all kinds of college football going on. Sunday brings showers back to the area, and it's an unsettled pattern. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, that's election day. We're going to be up near 70 degrees, but it will be wet at times. How about a full check of those numbers at 4 a.m.? Taryn, back to you.
All right, thanks, Rich. It's a celebration of light over darkness. Across the world, people are marking Diwali, including here in Metro Detroit. The BAPS Mandir in Canton held its annual Diwali celebrations this evening. It's one of the most important celebrations for the Hindu community and a way to spread peace, love, and prosperity.
It's one night of the year. It doesn't matter what day of the week it falls on, it feels like it's a weekend, right? It has the same type of energy, same type of vibe. You're with your family, your closest loved ones, the community that maybe you haven't seen in a while. And it's that one night where you see everybody in the same room, and the energy that you get from all those folks celebrating the same exact traditions, it's one of a kind.
BAPS Mandir in Canton will hold its New Year's celebration this Saturday.